Hi, I'm Paris, and in today's video about how I lost more than 50 pounds over the past year, the topic is potatoes. Now, if you're on a keto diet, you don't even want to look at these because they are all about the carbs, and my diet has been 70% carbs, and these have been a big part of it. When I first started changing my diet to eat more healthfully and help with some health problems that I was having, I went more towards fruits and sweet foods, and my sugars, not added sugars because I cut those out completely, but the sugars that were in the foods that I was eating, that was fairly high each day. I would have the occasional potato or sweet potato, but as this year has gone on, my tastes have changed a little and my diet has shifted more from doing lots of fruits to doing more potato. And I continued to lose weight, both when I was more fruit focused and now being more potato focused. I think it's more a matter of eating the whole foods without the added sugars and the processing. So long as you're doing that, your body doesn't mind as much whether it's more sugars or starches in the whole foods that you're eating. But let me mention right now, I'm not a doctor, and so I'm just relating anecdotally what has worked for me to lose weight. You should consult with your doctor before making lifestyle or diet changes. So what are the potatoes that I eat? Well, started out with the old russet potatoes. Had these as baked potatoes, been having these my whole life, so I knew them pretty well. I just had to stop filling them with butter and bacon bits and sour cream. I eat them with the skin on, and I do eat the skin, basically everything that you see here. When I first started out eating them, I was used to putting something on my potato, so I would cut them open after having baked them for about an hour at about 400 degrees Fahrenheit. And I would put a tomato paste in them and sometimes a little bit of hummus and a little bit of nutritional yeast. If you're not familiar with how those flavors combine, they're actually pretty good, and I'll talk more about especially the nutritional yeast, which I think a lot of people don't realize you would put on top of something and eat it. I'll talk about that in another video. But once I got used to eating the potatoes, I didn't need to have as many toppings on them, and now sometimes I'll just take the baked potato, cut it into pieces into a salad of spinach and other greens, and eat it that way. The next type of potato I added to my diet was sweet potato. Now these are small sweet potatoes. I like them because I actually eat them as a finger food snack. And when I first started eating them, I thought this was the only kind of sweet potato that there is. But no, there are so many other kinds of sweet potato, all good in different ways, both good for you and good tasting. These are sort of orangish red on the outside, and they're very bright orange on the inside. You're probably familiar with these, especially for Thanksgiving. And I also eat these with the skin in their entirety. From what I've read, a lot of the vitamin and antioxidant content is in the skin or right underneath the skin. So I wash them, I bake them, and as I say, do shrink up a little when you bake them, but they're a great finger food. And the next type of sweet potato that I added to my diet are these. Now, there was a lot of confusion in this because I read that I wanted purple sweet potato, but I didn't realize what I wanted were sweet potato that were going to be purple inside, and that I actually had to look for Okinawan sweet potato, or also called Hawaiian potato or Hawaiian sweet potato, to get them. These, as you can see, are purple on the outside, and inside they're an off-white color. They're called purple or murasaki or Japanese sweet potato, which really made it confusing. Murasaki is purple in Japanese, but these were not the potato I was really looking for. I was looking for this supposedly super nutritious, very, very purple inside sweet potato. And I did not find that at Whole Foods or Sprouts or my local supermarket. For that, I had to go to an Asian food market here in Austin called Hana Mart, and they sell these by the pound. They don't look too exciting on the outside, but once they're cooked and you cut them open, the color of purple is really amazing. And just like with most fruits and vegetables, the brighter, more vibrant the color, the more good stuff there is for you. The outside doesn't look like much, but man, when you see the inside. And I shopped all over for these till I finally found a store that had them, but it turns out you can actually order these on Amazon. So if you live in a town without an Asian food supermarket, or it's not in the part of town that you live in, I'll link down below this video to where you can find these online. And if you found this video searching for Okinawan sweet potato or purple sweet potato, and you're still not sure of the difference, well, the Okinawan sweet potato is white on the outside, purple inside, and the purple or murasaki sweet potato is purple on the outside and white on the inside. All sweet potatoes are thought to have come originally from Central or South America. People have been eating them there for thousands of years. Europeans took them with them exploring around the rest of the world, so everybody ended up eating sweet potato. The Okinawan sweet potato, also called the Hawaiian sweet potato, I believe went to the Philippines first, and then around 1600 was brought to Okinawa and became a major part of the diet there. And as you may know, the people of Okinawa live some of the longest lives in the world eating a lot of these. Here's a standard raw potato, what it looks like on the inside. And even though sweet potato has potato in the name, it's actually quite different. Here's a sweet potato you might be most familiar with. You can find this in just about every supermarket. Reddish orange on the outside, and a very nice orange on the inside. And here's the purple or murasaki sweet potato, purple on the outside, white on the inside. You can find these at Trader Joe's and at Whole Foods. And the elusive Okinawan sweet potato or Hawaiian sweet potato, white and a wonderful purple inside. Here's a collection I'm going to cook up right now. I have washed them, cut off some bad bits, and pierced them so they don't explode. I have them in a tray. It's sort of like for air frying so that they can get air all around them and cook evenly. I'll put them in the oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for about an hour. At that point, probably the potatoes, and I'm not sure about this one, depends on the size, whether they're cooked all the way through. These two are definitely going to need about another 15 minutes. So at an hour, take the tray out and take off everything that's got some squish to it and is done, and then the rest I'll put in for another 15 minutes. Also, yes, I bake them. I know you can boil them. I've been reading that boiling them is a healthier way of preparing them because after boiling they're not quite as sweet. You haven't had the caramelization going on as much with the sugars, which is my favorite thing with these. The way I look at it is they're so healthful for you that even if I don't prepare them in the most healthful way, I still get lots of benefits. And again, I've lost over 50 pounds eating quite a few of these. After an hour, we got some nice oozing, bubbling, sugary juices. And the smaller sweet potatoes are finished. The others are going back in for another 15 minutes. And we've got some nice caramelized, sugary juices dripping out of this sweet potato. Another thing I like about baking the sweet potatoes, more than boiling them, is the smell in the kitchen and the whole house. I love it. Now this is not the most colorful plate of food, but let's look inside. Let's open up the sweet potato with some caramelized drippings. Serious orange. I'm a big fan of orange. I like clementine orange best, which is pretty close to this. But all that color you see means all kinds of nutrition, especially with the orange beta carotene. Let's look inside the purple sweet potato. Purple outside, but definitely not inside, even though it's called purple or murasaki sweet potato. And the Okinawan sweet potato with the purple juice. Oh, it's still real hot. The purple juice running out of it. There we go, and there's that purple. And I've forgotten how to pronounce the name of what makes this strong purple color, but it's very good for you. I had to look it up. It's anthocyanins, and they're very good anti-inflammatories. But what's the point of all that color if they don't taste good? So let's try a bite of each. Here's your ordinary supermarket sweet potato. Good, sweet. Here's the purple or murasaki sweet potato. This one is less sweet, but a little creamier, I guess. I like it just as well, but it's definitely different than the orange standard sweet potato and the Okinawan really purple sweet potato. Really like it too. Different in texture as well as taste from the other sweet potatoes, but so good. And what food can you eat that will give you this much purple? And then the standard potato, I don't think I need to take a bite of this. Everybody knows what potato tastes like. Does taste a little bit better when you put a little bit of something on top of it. All of these sweet potatoes for me are like a treat. They are sweet and they are very filling. And sometimes for an afternoon snack, I'll have, again, I get these smaller sweet potatoes. I'll have one standard sweet potato, one purple on the outside sweet potato. That'll be my 3 o'clock snack, and that holds me fine. Gets me from lunch to dinner. Lots of fiber, lots of nutrients, maybe about 150 calories. And it's not like you have to eat them warm. I'm not going to eat this plate of potatoes right now, so I'll put the extra in the refrigerator. And I've read that something happens with potato and sweet potato, the way the starches form when you heat them, and then if you cool them back down, they recombine into other healthful combinations that you actually don't get if you eat the sweet potato hot. If you wait till it cools down and eat it, you get some additional good stuff. So hot or cold, white, orange, or purple, I can't say enough good things about sweet potatoes. They've been a mainstay for at least the past 4 or 5 months in my diet. And that's seen me from about 215 pounds down to the 190 that I'm at now. So I pretty much lost half my weight eating more fruit and the second half eating more sweet potato. Again, check with your doctor to make sure sweet potato is a good choice for you. And if it is, pick a color and get started. If you want the Okinawan sweet potato and you can't find it locally, I'll link to where you can find it on Amazon down below this video. And next up, maybe soups, salads, sandwiches. So many things to talk about. See you in the next video.